Hello and welcome to another update video about QNT. Sees a few green candles, performs quite good today. We talked about an upcoming wave 4 retracement with a good likelihood, and I think we might be seeing this now. Such a wave 4 consists typically of 3 waves, A, B, C, yeah, and the way this move down is taking place, it's not entirely impulsive. So I'm currently counting it as, well, ideally as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup now, yeah. So we only have 3 waves down so far. So if it starts from here and rallies suddenly, then it would still be, even though that is less likely now in my opinion, because we've come down a bit too low for that, at least for it to be reliable, right? But it's still possible that this is a 1-2 setup. 1 and then A, B, C. I did take it off the chart because it did break the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement that we talked about. So if I just add that to the chart again, here, yeah. So we did break below that 78.6 Fib retracement. Gave you, I think there was one more sort of level here, the $111 level. Which was the 1-to-1 ratio between waves 1 and waves C. So let me actually bring that onto the chart again, because otherwise you might be confused with the numbers that you see there and the letter. So A wave, B wave, C wave. Yeah, so the $111 level was one of the ideal targets for the C wave. A equals C. And yes, we did break below it, but we recovered it basically immediately. So we don't have a sustained break of the 78.6 Fib level. Sustained break, there isn't really a definition. The thing is that sustained break means that you break that level and you hold below it, and there is no indication that you're recovering it. Now, at the moment, I have to say, QNT performs quite well today and actually did recover that level. So I cannot rule out this 1-2-1-2 setup, 1-2 or 1-2-1-2 that we rally, but it has become less likely by breaking that 78.6 Fib. Yes, it's not a sustained break, therefore it's still acceptable, but we just need to have that on the radar. Now, due to the break, however, we still need to understand that this downside move in a C wave is still very real. For me, we haven't come down low enough to consider it this scenario, because what you want to see in this scenario, where we've got an A wave down, a B wave up, and a C wave down, you want to see the C wave below the A wave. The A wave finished at $94. The C wave should in all likelihood go below that, if this is the correct scenario. Because a C wave that ends above the A wave is typically not valid. Yeah, you get it, but very, very rarely. If it rallies from here, it is most likely a 1-2-1-2 setup. So either way, it's performing fairly well. We need to pay attention now to the following levels. On the upside, if this is a fourth wave, and by the way, I am going to take out the yellow box again because it is blocking the view here. The way we are moving up, I mean, it's quite a good move, but what is going to give us proof that this is either a wave 4 or we are rallying even higher in a 1-2-1-2 setup, what we need to see is, first of all, that it breaks above the descending channel. Yeah, this corrective price channel needs to be broken to the upside to make the 1-2-1-2 direct breakout scenario again very likely. Because due to the fact how far we've dropped, and due to the fact that we haven't broken out yet of the channel to the upside, this 5-wave move down is now fairly likely. Yeah. Normally, you would say the wave 4 must not break into the wave 1 price region. However, if this is the correct count, the C wave in this scenario, I would consider this a diagonal pattern. Under these circumstances, the wave 4 can break into the wave 1 price region. So either way, what I think we are either way quite close here to the low. I mean, yes, okay, this can still drop quite a bit. Therefore, I did highlight to you, I think it was a few days ago, that scaling into this entire support area might be interesting for anybody who would like to get some, like, let's say, the foot in the door with QNT, because if you believe in the project, I mean, we've got some fairly attractive prices again. We're basically in the same price range that we were looking at in December. A few people missed an entry when it was finally moving up here. Remember that a few people said, oh, I didn't really buy. Why didn't I buy? And so on. Now we're in the same price range again. So scaling into this entire support area, why not? Yeah, because we have here this 1-2-1-2 setup support area, and just below that we've got this green support area where in the scenario that you see on the screen here, we can find support even a little bit lower. So we've got support areas that morph into each other. Sometimes you've got that situation, and in this situation, maybe in the spot market, it might be worth looking at it if anybody's interested here in this coin in the long run, but only you can decide it yourself. The levels I'm watching to the downside are $100. It's a very clear and important psychological level. And below that, this range between $94 and $61. To the upside, it is, first of all, this descending trend line. I think that will become relevant maybe as short-term resistance. That is roughly at $123, $124. Breaking above that will cause the price most likely to find resistance at the upper boundary line of the descending price channel. A break above that would favor that we are in a third wave already. But I think the likelihood is quite high that over the weekend we're performing here something like an ABC structure and would then come down eventually in a fifth wave. So as long as we stay below the channel, I'm focusing primarily here on the yellow count. But if we break out of the channel, then the blue count, or it was, when it was on the chart, it was the blue count. But yeah, 1, 2, and then a third wave to the upside would become the count of choice. Okay, that's my update about QNT. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.